have to put down a 3 times deposit, and 10K deposit. Then I have to come up with 3K every single month. Yo, that is 36K in rent, then another 10K on top of that for deposit. So almost 50K I'm looking at. And I'ma do it. Like, this is the thing, I'ma do it. But I've just never been in such a crazy situation, and I already know I'm gonna get out of it, but to just look and be like, yo, I have to get out of this, it's mad crazy to me. I gotta put down a 3 times deposit, put my brother as a, what I'm gonna go do, I'm gonna go talk to the bank, I'm gonna bring my brother along, use his finance, use his credit, then I'm gonna get a $10,000 line of credit. Then I'm gonna get a business credit card, hopefully with a limit of 50K. I'm gonna use that business credit card to whatchamacallit. I'm gonna use that business credit card to pay for all of my shipping labels and pay for all of my my clothes. And then with the points from that credit card, I'm gonna start leveraging and using it somehow to help the business. So I'll probably start using it to buy things like boxes and shipping material, and then hopefully I'll also have enough points to start buying things like things I need around in the warehouse, that way I don't have to spend money on it. And then hopefully I could even figure out a way to use it to start even paying my employees. But this is a crazy situation I'm in. Like, I have to come up with 15K basically right now in less than a month, and I'm gonna do it. Just watch. I'm gonna do it. I promise you I'm gonna do it. Right now I can't do it, but I'm gonna do it. Just watch. I'm gonna do it. Just watch. Just watch. Boom. So it's confirmed now that I'm gonna get the warehouse. For sure, it's actually confirmed. They're running up the letter of intent, but the reason it's confirmed is because I have to put a 3x security deposit. So I have to put down a $9,000 security deposit, and then it's going to be $3,000 every single month in rent. And so what I'm going to do is go get a line of credit under my business, or a term loan of $10,000, and then I'm going to use that for the security deposit. It's going to be $400 every single month, and then over time that security deposit is going to get reimbursed back to me as long as I pay for the warehouse on time. So once it gets paid back to me, I'll pay off that loan or line of credit, and then I might have to cut back on employees and just wake up at 4 a.m. and just work. I swear, like, I might just have to tell my employees not to come in for a week or two. Say I'm shutting down operations for a week or two, and then just run the boat all by myself. Ship, take pictures. I'll still have my VAs to list. I'll just be editing the listings. I'll give them a heavier workload of 200 listings. So I'll revise 200 listings. That's like 2 hours a day of revising, and then I'll just run the boat completely by myself. And I'm just gonna hope that's gonna do whatever that's gonna, I don't even know, I'm lost for words right now, but there's some crazy stuff about to go on, so I'm gonna try to record so that I can look back and see what I had to do to be in the position I'm in, and it'll make me never take anything for granted again. So let's get started. I think I'm about to do it. I think God blessed me. I think I'm about to do it. It's looking good this week. It's looking good. I think I'm about to do it. Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. When you're watching and you're looking back at this video, just know, you know what this moment was. You know what this moment was. So just stay tuned. Look, I did everything I was supposed to do to get this warehouse unit. They said they wanted 10K down for a 3 times deposit. I said bet. They said they wanted someone with a good credit to sign on my behalf. I said bet. I had everything set in place, and now I'm gonna get a unit. It may not. They're the ones missing out, and the unit is fairly small. So maybe this is God telling me that the unit you want is too small for the dream that you have and the time that you're gonna accomplish it in. And so I know God has a plan. So I'm not mad. Believe that. Believe I'm not mad. I will figure it out, and I will survive. Although it don't feel like I will survive, although I am not thriving, I'm surviving. And watch, God has a plan. Believe that. God has a plan. And you gotta always know. That's why I don't write up no goals. I don't do none of that stuff. I work as hard as I can because I know God has a plan. And that's all there is to it. We did it. We did it. We did it. We got the warehouse. It was a long journey. From people, they made me put in a lot of work, just in a lot of stress on my mind, thinking I was gonna get this unit. In my currently where I'm at, how it works is my friend has a unit, and I just pay half the rent with him. And there's another unit available, just 2 units down. I was trying to get it. I was putting in lots of work trying to get it. And I did everything I needed to do, and they just ghosted me. That's how it goes. That's the lease game. They just ghosted me. And for some reason, I wasn't upset. And that was the first time I've ever experienced a feeling like that in my life. It was more of a okay. It was the feeling like actually putting your trust in God. Like actually truly believing like God has a plan. And you just gotta keep on working and taking the next step to find out what that plan was. After they ghosted me, my mom simply said, okay, well, if you need to start looking around. I said, alright, I guess. Texted her back, okay, I'm gonna start looking around. She's in Uganda during this time. I looked around. I made one phone call, actually, just one. I looked on the exact same website. This listing has been there the whole time. It said 90 cents per square foot. And I was like, yo. The unit I was trying to get was $1.15. I was like, yo, this is crazy. I made a phone call. They actually answered. They set it up. And I went, checked it out. It worked perfect. And I was just like, wow. That's how I really knew God had a plan. I even have a video I was ranting on my phone talking about God has a plan before I made any phone calls or anything. And God followed through, and now I just sent the lease agreement, everything. I actually got the unit. And this is actually a crazy moment in my life it's just crazy because, you can work as hard, my sales growing, everything like that. The reason I don't always feel a sense of satisfaction because I almost expect that stuff to happen, I'm putting all this work in. Of course, I put that energy to be outputted. But seeing how, sending emails, communicating with people, that type of energy you're putting out, you never know what you're going to expect, Properly communicating with people, there's no money you make from that, no nothing. It's simply properly communicating in hopes that they properly communicate back, in hopes that you reach whatever you're trying to reach, whatever you're trying to agree to. And this stuff, sending emails, communicating is actually a hard task. Today, I spent the whole day doing the way I try to run my operation is I try to focus on the fact that the operation of how I do things and the efficiency of how I do things is what makes me money. Not selling the clothes, not anything like that. It's simply the fact, the way I run things, the culture I bring, and that's what makes me money. So I believe that in any e-commerce space, you could add my efficiency and you would start making money. You would just have to, figure out what tasks you're doing and automate them and bring that culture to employees. So today, I had no space in my warehouse. Had to build some shelves. That was a pain. They texted me back about the lease agreement. Within 2 hours, I went, got it notarized. I went, got checks, and I sent it to them. So hopefully I can get the keys tomorrow so I can start moving as soon as possible. And that's what it takes to run an operation. Because what I could have really done was go and get a bunch of clothes so that I can continue to take pictures. But I need the operation. The hardest thing right now, that I'll say the hardest thing that I'm gonna face no matter what business I'm in, is being able to automate other people's workflow by simply working. Honestly, that's as simple as I can put it. So everything almost flows through me. Um, I have to do this, this, and that so that all the people in my company can work efficiently. And if I don't do those things, they simply just can't work. I'm simply losing money. So now it's like, you know, four people working through one man, which is me. And that's literally the only way I see it. I see it as me working super hard and all the individuals just just being like almost like vines, like attaching to how hard I work, and then it just automates and it keeps everything running. But you know, when I literally one thing messes up everything. If I don't send the pictures in time, now I'm backlogged. If I don't get the phone back over there in time for individuals to take pictures, now it's back. And I like everything to work and flow with each other. So I don't like things to be like you do this work and you know I can do this work whenever, then you can do that work. I've seen the exact same operation basically run within that type of system, and it's not efficient. You know, you end up just getting backlogged, and when you get backlogged, what happens is if one individual gets backlogged, another individual who's quote unquote caught up can start slacking off, and you're not going to notice it because of how far you are behind. So you're going to think all the work that's partaking within the business is good work or efficient work, when in reality it's not, because you're backlogged and you're not actually on a consistent schedule. So right now I list 150 SKUs every single day. Give or take 150 now is a number that is almost too easy to make. So I'm gonna try to get to 200, which is gonna require me to go to the bins a lot more to get more items. But I can say 150 items get listed every single day, with an exception of 1 or 2 days or maybe 120, 130 get done. Right now, since I'm preparing to move, I'm gonna be doing a lot less SKUs. But essentially everything needs to work together and I need to automate it. So how I see it is I need to know the price of everything that goes on within my business, and then I simply need to increase. So how it's been for a long time is I've pushed my operation costs to the limit, right? So maybe like a $1,000 thin line that if I go over that, you know, it's cutting into like last month profits or something of that sort, right? Just investing back in, right? So now what's partaking place is I'm making a lot more than that number was. So now I'm going to have to redo my calculations and see how to push that number to the paper thin line again. That way my business is able to grow. And I've been basically doing this chasing the mouse method, I basically call it, of running my operations. And it keeps me on my toes. It never allows me to sit down. I'm always moving. I'm always having to automate. I have individuals in the Philippines and individuals here that are working. I need to be able to communicate back and forth with all four individuals at the same time. I need to always be checking the time. That's why I got this watch. Of course, I always have my phone, but I need this watch. The reason I have this watch on my wrist is I always put it tight, right? So I'm always feeling this on my wrist, and it almost forces me to always look at the time. And that way I'm always on time with things. And you can be like, you can simply just look at your phone. Well, just walking around with this, it lets other individuals know I value my time. It lets me know what time is always going on. I always feel my wrist, and I always just go like this. About like 4 times an hour. Maybe 5 or 6. I always just look at my watch just like that. And this watch is like 4 minutes off. So I look at this, then I look at my phone, send some text, do some work. But I'll read here right now what my operation costs are. So right now, with my 2 employees, I have 1 employee paid at $20 an hour and 1 employee at $15 an hour, right? So it's about $3,000 a month for one of my employees and $2,000 a month for my other employee, right? The one that's at $15 an hour. I believe that's right. At the bins, we'll say in total, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's $5,700 for my employee operation costs. That includes my employees back in the Philippines. I just slapped on $5,000 for clothing and apparel. That may be a little bit high, but I think that's a very reasonable number for my cost of goods. So right now that's $10,700. My rent is now going to be $2,400. My rent for my house is $875. So right now that is $5,100, and we're just gonna slap on another like $1,000 on there for any other costs. That's my food, shoes, not shoes, food, gas, stuff of that sort, gym, other things. We just slapped on $1,000, so that leaves me at $16,000 around there, 16,200. And that's over calculating, right? So now I need to start making $26,000 a month. That way I have 10,000 net profit in my bank account. That's gonna grow. I'm looking to start taking some big risks. So I'll tell you one of my goals right now. I'm trying to make my business, I'm trying to automate my business so that it can run while I'm not presently here. My goal is to start traveling the United States and working and meeting individuals this year. So that's my goal, I'm not gonna lie. So what I'm trying to do is get my business automated and running by itself, and that's gonna take me taking some big risks. So for the next 30 days, I'm trying to get $30,000 in my bank account, just sitting, and that's gonna be solely for operation costs. And then I want to start, I think I'm gonna make my first trip to, this is the first, I haven't really thought about it. Where should I go? We're gonna make my first trip to California. I'm really been looking into tech a lot. I'm not really tech savvy, anything of that sort, but I want to go to California's, forgot what it's called, but it's this city that's very good with tech. I'm gonna travel over there. I think I'm gonna try to send like 50 messages to people. I don't use Instagram. I'm gonna download Instagram. I'm gonna just message people and see if I can find one person, to meet up and just talk with me. That's all I almost want to do, just talk with someone that makes money. Ask them a bunch of questions. So I think I'm gonna send like 50 messages to 50 different people every single day until someone responds to me. It allows me to fly out and just meet with me. And my first trip is only gonna be for like a week, I think. And I'm already taking an experiment trip at the end of March. I'm gonna go visit some colleges, and once I do that, that's gonna be my first test. Then I'm gonna just keep on trying to make it run better. But during that test, I know that I'm gonna slow down operations slightly, but I'm not trying to slow down any operations while I start traveling to other places. I want operations to run at the same speed, everything of that sort. But I just want to travel, and I want to travel alone, And that's really just my goal, so that's why I'm getting calculations for everything. So the number is 2,600, we'll say $25,000, right? Then eventually, once I make that over the next 30 days, I'm going to push my operation cost to like $23,000 somehow. I'm going to push it that high. I'm going to just work it until I start making like 35, maybe 2 or 3 months. Operate at that cost, see everything I need to do to make it efficient, and then just keep on playing, keep on trying to catch the mouse. And I really think that's the simplest way to put what I'm doing is. So right now I'm selling clothes, blah blah, but this efficient way that I do things, I think I'm gonna implement into any business that I come across or anything of that sort. The clothes, I really don't care. I come across like $300, $400, $500 clothes. It doesn't matter, you know. I'm just looking to make everything as efficient as possible. And to do that, everybody knows how to do everything in my business, right? So everybody over at the warehouse needs to know how to do every single task so that regardless of the day, there's someone that can do it. I can do it, they can do it, it doesn't matter. I need everybody in the Philippines to be able to list every single item, to know good pricing, everything of that sort. And I need everybody to communicate with me properly. Those are like the simplest things that help a business run efficiently. So those are some things that I'm pretty big on. You know, I try to push communication, and I also always try to push to the individuals that I'm hiring that my business is not more important than them or whatever they got going on in their lives. So I feel like I'm kind of strict, but I'm not. You know, that's why I'm saying communication is big, because when you communicate, everything just works a lot better. So stressing to the individuals, investing in them, investing in their lives, I feel like is a big thing, and it actually gets them to work a lot harder than it would if you just pay them their salary and just don't care about them or nothing of that sort. So I'm always trying to invest or whatever, and you know, trying to show that I am human, even though I don't feel like I'm human sometimes, you know. But that's really all I got going on today. Finally got the warehouse, 2,800 square feet, 85 cents per square foot, $2,380 a month in rent, which is really cheap. So, you know, let's go. That's all glory to God. So